Sri Mahakrishnan Bhagavan ki jai, Umapati Mahadeva ki jai. My beloved members of the family, Sita, your children, other immediate members of the family, and to you, my beloved brothers and sisters, I want to thank you for being here this morning and for sharing this very, very difficult moment with Raymond's family. This is really difficult, heart-wrenching, heartbreaking. Not very long ago, it had been July last year, and maybe a month before that, Raymond displayed some signs and symptoms that weren't normal. He was eventually diagnosed with a rare but difficult medical condition, difficult to deal with. The family mentioned this to me. It had been around July 31st or August 1st. On August 2nd, we gathered at my mandir. We had a prayer because it would just be within a week or two that we would have to go and do some surgery to help alleviate and seek some cure for his condition. This was done. And from there on, Raymond stabilized a bit. It would not be more than a couple months. And then there was a gradual deterioration of his condition. In January of this year, January 24th, we gathered at the home here to celebrate with him. And even though himself and the family would have been under tremendous pressure, he wished to do something that is very traditional in our dharma. And that is called Godan. In Bhojpuri we say Gaudan. And that was done. And then, of course, the deterioration continued. And he would have been hospitalized in between. And a few days ago, he was admitted. And I visited him on Sunday evening at about 6 o'clock. And we had a guitar part and prayer and song and offering of tulsi water and so. And that tulsi water, sometimes, I'm not saying anything about me, but sometimes I would visit, like Pandits as well. I know Pandit Rajesh is here. And you get a feeling. And that feeling, my friends, asked me to offer the tulsi water, which Sita had prepared. And I lifted his oxygen mask and we placed the tulsi water, blessed his eyes, and I placed a tika of tulsi water. Then Sita said, we have tika. And she took it out of her bag and we placed a tika. And that feeling was strong enough in my mind. When I was leaving, I asked Sita, what you going to do? She says, I'll go home, I'd organize home, and I'd come back. I said, my darling, what are you coming back for? She says, well, because he couldn't consume anything. She says, well, I should be here, like she has been for forever. Forever. And in her last moment, when she couldn't even offer a drop of water, she needed to be there. And I said, do me a favor. don't come back. Don't come back. She says, Baba, what do you mean? I said, my darling, Garud Puran in Pretakanda tells you that the angels come. We call them Dut. And the specific angel is called Yamdut. They come. And sometimes they operate in an environment of privacy. It's between the angels and the individual. I said, give him that privacy. Give the angels that privacy. She was a little bit hesitant and confused what that would mean. But she did abide by my advice. And just around 3-ish, Raymond left this world. It would be, my friends, August or July, if you want, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, part of March. This is very difficult. But Raymond had a chance to do everything that he wished, not just subsequent to his medical diagnosis, but he also had a chance to do things in life. He enjoyed life. And I'm sure the family members would speak about that. He's a good man, a great man. I had a call from New York last night. Well, this morning I should say. It was 1:15. And my shishis know that I sleep very late. When Raymond passed at 3:20, when Sita texted me at 3:21, I was on the phone with her at 4 a.m. So at 1:15 last night, a shishia from New York calls me and says her husband is in ICU and they want to unplug him on Friday. And what to do? Well, I could only advise on certain lines. We are not able to say things outside of that. So I did see what I had to say. But she texted me prior to our call, and she's saying, Baba, my husband is a good man. Good man. I know this family for long. For most of my life, actually. But I've been in New York for over 40 years. Raymond was a good man. He was a good husband, a good father. In many ways, jolly fella. And today, I join with you and the family in paying tribute to his life and times and mourning with the family there. Great loss. Loss of a great human being that fitted every role that God placed unto him. He did that role very well. Today, I ask that you join with me in this sanskar. It's called the Antyeshti sanskar, final rites and rituals. And with, your presence alone this morning gives so much courage. And not just this morning, but I'm sure some of you would have been here the last couple of nights. So it is what it is. God bless your hearts. And let me thank you for your presence. I would not be able to hold the microphone and do what I need to do, but I will shout. And I'm sure you'll be able to hear me. So, join me. Keshevaya Namaha, Narayanaye Namaha, Om Sri Hrishikeshaya Namaha, Namaskaram Prati Ganatam Sharir Kardanam Samarpayami. Hari Om. Mangalam Khanda Chandanam Bandhiti Nityam Sarva Papa Karashanam Khanda Chandanam Danam Samarpayami. Om Kusmule Stito Brahma Kusmadhe Janardana Kushagritara Devo Shankara Devo Kushaustutam Kusmule Stito Brahma Kusmadhe Janardana Kusagritara Devo Kushagritara Devo Shankara Devo Kushaustutam. Beloved friends, join with me now in invocation, opening prayer. हाथ जोड़ करो भगवान के ध्यान. As you pray, clasp your hands if you so wish, or close your eyes, or bow your head, and however you pray, that's great. And call the God of your heart. However you see God and know God and love God, call that God. For many see God as Krishna, some as Vishnu, some as Lakshmi Devi, others see God as Hanuman, many see God as Jesus Christ, some see God as Allah, others see God as their mom's face, some see God as a beautiful sunset across the horizon. However you see God, call God. Father, we thank you, Lord, loving God, Master of the heavens, for the gift and blessings that you have received this day. Thank you for life. Thank you for the gift of life. Thank you for the blessings of yet another day in life. For the opportunity this morning, having arisen from sleep, I was able to place my feet from the bed onto the ground and receive the energy of the earth. Dear God, I thank you for that energy. That energy allowed me to stand on my feet and to breathe that beautiful air into my lungs, and I shouted from my heart, I'm alive. For life exists, God, you exist. And when you exist, possibilities exist. I shall live that possibility today. Father, I thank you. As I open my eyes only to behold the beauty of your creation, I could see my loved ones, husband, wife, children, loved brothers and sisters. I can see the colors of the universe. I can see the sky. I thank you, dear God, for the power to hear the voices of my loved ones. Dad, Mom, Sitaram, how are you? Salam alaikum. I thank you, God. I thank you for this earth upon which I live and all that sustains life. Bless our daily bread, food, water, shelter, and clothing. I thank you, dear God, for my ancestral folks and those from whom I came. May our pitras, our mains, be proud of us. May they look upon us from the heavens and bless us. Father, I thank you for my parents and teachers and leaders and elders and those who have impacted my life in a meaningful and positive way, who have guided my heart and hand into a greater tomorrow. I thank you, dear God, for Raymond, a blessed son, wonderful brother, a great husband, a wonderful father, a friend, colleague, neighbor, citizen, and a child of yours. Father in heaven, you have chosen to recall him into thy kingdom. We can only abide. There's nothing we can do. But we ask, dear God, collectively, that you be kind, lenient, and merciful unto his soul. And reward him kindly for all his good. For all his good. And as we offer him back to you, may you one day recall him to thy kingdom, Swargaloka, the heavens, for eternal times. give his family strength and courage to face not just this day, but possibly the most hurtful day in their lives, but the days that would ensue. Give them courage, my dear God. We thank you. We love you. We prostrate at your feet. And we ask this in your most magnificent name. Om Vishnu Re Vishnu Re Vishnu Hu Om Namaha Param Atmane Sri Puran Purushotama Adhyashri Brahmanoni Ditya Pararde Shvetavaraha Kalpe Vaivasvataman Vantare Ashtavinchritame Kali Yuge Kali Pratam Charane Bhuluke Jambudvipe Bhavara Avatarya Muknam Samvatsare. My friends, it is, Samvat means year, it is the year Kala Yukta, the year 2082. We're in the year 2082 in Hindu calendar, so it's called Kala Yukta. My dear God, I pray and I ask in your most magnificent name that in this year you have chosen to bring home your beloved son Raymond. It is the month of Chait, Hindu month of Chait, and we're in the Christian Paksh, which is the dark fortnight of the month. It is Ashtami Tithi, the 8th day of the 15 days of the fortnight. For our intents and purpose, the sun moves 6 months northward and 6 months southward. In the northward direction, which began on December 21st and would end on the 20th of June, is called Uttar Arayani. So Surya Stite, Uttar Arayani. The sun and the moon is presently located in the 8th zodiacal belt. There are 12. It's called Vrishik Rashi. The word Rashi means zodiacal belt. And is pointed to a wonderful and blessed constellation called Jyeshta. Jyeshta Nakshatra. The present yoga is called Siddha Yoga. Siddha Yoga. Yoga means the prevailing energy that is present here today. A very blessed yoga. Wonderful energy here. And the Karana is called Kaulava. Again, auspicious Karan. Time of the day. So God bless you. I thank you. And with this in mind, Anteshti Sanskar, we are doing the Anteshti Sanskar. Anteshti relates to the death and the ceremonies. Sanskar means the rite of passage. That gives him the rite of passage to the heavens. Puja and Samarpayami, Jivatma Shanti Kalyanam. With reverence, we'll perform this puja. And this is a puja. It's called Shav Puja. Jivatma. It is meant for the Jiva. Jiva means many things. Jiva means life. Jiva also means existence. So how the Atma, the soul also means life and or existence. So how the soul is existing in the form and state it is existing. And what is that state, my friends? It is called Pretasya. Pretasya. It is in a state of transition. Transition. It's transitioning from Mrityuloka, earthly abode and sphere, into the Swargaloka, into the heavenly sphere. So it is transitioning. It will transit for 1 Hindu calendar year. So it's called Paritasya. Jivatma Shanti Kalyanam Namaskaram Samarpayami. But reverence, we'll now conduct this puja. Om Antishi Samskar Aham Karikshaye. And you can rest the flower. So make a little trim line. Okay, inside. You just around, pull your drops on your face, right? And just drop it there 5 times. Om Sarva Papa Haram Dibya Gangeyam Nirmalam Jalam. Sarva means all. Papa, that which has disfavored God. Sometimes we say sins and mistakes and errors and errors and them called Papa. So Sarva Papa Harang, to absolve, to remove. So we are asking God to kindly forgive our beloved Raymond. His mistakes, errors, and errors. That's where we must have disfavored God. Knowingly, unknowingly, consciously, unconsciously. We ask this in your most magnificent name. Salutations to you, my good Lord. Salutations to you. Take this. Good. Dipatika. One spot. Om Shri Mangalam Khanda Chandanam. Chanda. Mangalam means pure. Mangalam Khanda. Khanda means that which is fragrant. Chandana. Chanda has many meanings. One of the meaning of Chanda is to shine. Another meaning is silver. Another meaning is refers to the moon. So this is Mangalam Khanda Chandanam. May the purity held within each and every one of us shine in the eyes of God. Mangalam Khanda Chandanam. And may the purity that rested in this wonderful, beautiful soul, this beloved son of God called Raymond, may that shine. Basically, it is saying, my friends, many are called, few are. May he be among the chosen. May you and I be among the chosen. Stand out. Stand before the Lord. And stand within the will, wish, and work of God. Be God's child. We give perfume. Gandhadvara dura darshan gandhakshtam samarpayami gandhakshtadaanam samarpayami. Perfume. Well, we place perfume on us. You know, perfume goes on you. What does it do? What does it do? It has a positive effect. On who? On me first. In every breath and step you take in life, my friends, the first effect is going to be on yourself. You pour love onto someone, love shall return. You pour hate, hate shall return. You pour scorn, scorn will return. The first effect you'd always have is on yourself. Have a good effect on yourself. Have a positive and beautiful, sweet effect on yourself. What you need? That's fine. My beloved, Mala. Mala, garland. Mala dini. I give this flower mala, Sugandhini. Su, that which is associated, is a prefix in Sanskrit, that which is associated with. Gandha means sweet, fragrant, or inner beatitude. Sugandham pushti, flowers. The flowers bear that beautiful fragrance. You don't see it or hear it. It's within. And so the beauty of each and every one of us is not as overtly expressed. It's that which comes from within. Your kindness and generosity, helpfulness, being good dads and moms, sons and daughters. Being kind, not casting aspersions on people's character. These are the inner beatitude. So Maladini Sugandhani Maratyadini Vai Prabhu Maya Hartani Pujartatam Pushpani. Pushpa also means flowers. I offer this flower to you, my Lord, and I pray that judge me not by what my hands bear. God, you judge me by what my heart bears. Maladini Sugandhini Malatyadini Vai Prabhu Maya Hartani Pujartatam Pushpani. My beloved friends, we offer Arti. Yam Dwari Mahagori. Yam is the god of death. Dwar means door. Every one of us one day, be you whatever creed, race, denomination, every one of us will have to go to that door of God. And we rap on that door and say, God, it is me. I wish to enter into thy kingdom. And it doesn't just happen with the asking. It happens with the doing. What we call doing? Karma. With karma. Karma is the good karma is the qualification for that eternal kingdom. So, we offer Arti. May this light lead the soul to the door of the God of death eventually. And after which we pray that our beloved brother shall enter into thy kingdom. Om Yam Dwari Mahagore Deepam Samarpayami Yam Dwari Mahagore Deepadanam Maya Dete Tavupatishtatam Vishnu Charanam Samarpitam Yam Dwari Mahagore Deepam Samarpayami. Great. Yes. Make a prayer. You can stand it. Come, son. Devatika. Same spot. Om Pujan Namaskaram Prati Grihatam Vishnave Namaha Govindaye Namo Namaha Paramatamaye Namo Namaha. Gratitudes. Mala. Maladini Sugandhini Malatyari Vai Prabhu Maya Hratani Pujartatam Pushpani Prati Grihatam. Om Yam Dwari Mahagore Deepam Samarpayam. Deepa means light, right? Deepadanam Maya Dete Tuvapatishtatam Vishnu Charanam Samarpitam Yam Dwari Mahagore Deepam Samarpayami Yam Dwari Mahagore Deepadanam Maya Dete Tuvapatishtatam Vishnu Charanam Samarpitam. Make a prayer, personal prayer to Dad's feet, and join at the end. Devatika love. Om Yam Dwari Mahagore Deepadanam Namaskaram Samarpayami. Singh Nam Kulhi. He was born into the Singh clan. Singh Nam Kulhi. Kashyap Gotraha. Into the spiritual lineage of the Kashyap. Raymond Nam Pritasya, and he was given the earthly name Raymond. Om Shri Yam Dwari Mahagore Deepadanam Namaskaram Samarpayami Yam Dwari Mahagore Deepadanam Mayade Tetavupatishtatam Vishnu Charanam Samarpitam Yam Dwari Mahagore Deepam Samarpayami Yam Dwari Mahagore Deepadanam Mayade Tet. Tika. Yam Dwari Mahagore Deepam Samarpayami Yam Dwari Mahagore Deepadanam Namaskaram Pratigartam Yam Dwari Mahagore Deepadanam Namaskaram Pratigartam Antishti Sanskar Pujan Shav Pujanam Namaskar Pratigartam Deepam Samarpayami. Gradient. Yam Dwari Mahagore Deepam Samarpayami Yam Dwari Mahagore Deepadanam Namaskaram Pratigartam Yam Dwari Mahagore Deepam Samarpayami. Make it radiant. As you walk inside, you might need to just as a make some pieces. Bhakta said, आप लोग खड़ा हो जाए. Who can stand? Please stand. Who need to continue to sit? Not a problem at all. Make sure you sit comfortably and don't stand if you're feeling dizzy or anything like that, or if you have an issue. And let us join with the family now in doing their parikram, honoring their beloved. And in the inner part of your sheet, there is a bhajan on your left side, Jai Krishna Hare. We can sing that. Going this way. Train line. Jai Krishna Hare, Sri Krishna Hare, दुखियों को दुख दूर करे. जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे, दुखियों को दुख दूर करे. The bhajan is saying, my beloved friends, Jai Krishna, I praise you, I glorify you, Sri Krishna, for you are the one who takes my troubles away. You are the one who would take my stress away. Oh, my dear Lord, be with us in this very, very difficult moment and take the tension away. Take the hurt away, bit by bit, piece by piece. Jai Krishna Hare, Sri Krishna Hare, Jai Krishna Hare. दुखियों को दुख दूर करे. जय दुखियों को दुख दूर करे. जब चार तरफ अंधियारा हो, आशा का दूर किनारा हो. जब चार तरफ अंधियारा हो, आशा का दूर किनारा हो. और कोई न खेवन हारा हो, और कोई न खेवन हारा हो. फिर तू ही बेरा पार करो. जय श्री कृष्ण हरे, दुखियों को दुख दूर करे. जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे, दुखियों को दुख दूर करे. तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे, विष को भी अमृत कर दे. तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे, विष को भी अमृत कर दे. पूर्ण कर दे, पूर्ण कर दे सबकी आशा, जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे. I praise you, dear Lord. Sri means noble. You're the most magnificent and noble being in this universe. Dukhiyo ko, may you take away my miseries, my troubles in this at this moment. Sri Krishna Hare, dukhiyo ko dukh dur kare. Tu चाहे तो all will be well with your blessings, my Lord. जो भी अमृत कर दे, विष को भी अमृत कर दे. Visha means poison. Amrit is kind of means nectar. In Sanskrit, Amrit really means immortal, but let's say nectar. Life offers poisons and nectars. Life brings good and bad. सुख दुख दोनों रहते जिसमें जीवन है वो गां. That life, this life, has a mixture. And they are opposites. They are dualities. Dualities. Where there's positive, there's negative. Where there's God, there's devil. Where there's sweet, there's sour. Where there's sukha, happiness, there's dukkha, misery. We have to accept both. We have to accept both. Whilst we accept this life, we have to accept the death as well. And that's how it is. That's the reality. So God, you are the Savior. You are my Shri Bhagavan, my noble giver of good. Bhaga means fortune, of good fortune. Today, my Lord, we offer our beloved back into your most magnificent name. Salutations to you. My friends, we offer a pinda. A pinda is a rice ball. We'd offer 5 pindas. So, this is the first of the pinda. Om Sri Vishnu Om Namah Padam Atmane Sri Puran Purushotama Adhyashri Brahmano Nidvichi Padarde Shvetavar Kalpe Vaivasvataman Vantare Ashta Vinchuritame Kali Yugi Kali Pratam Charene Bhuluki Jambud Bipi Baudavatari Muktam Samvatsari. Pratama Pinda Paridanam. Pratama means first, the first of the 5 pindas we give. Pujan Samarpayami Shauhak Nimitaha Ishta Devatao Pinda Paridanam Namaskaram Samarpayami. Pinda Paridanam Preti Giritam. Take a little pinch like that. Toss it towards the foot. Pinda Paridanam Namaskaram, Namaskaram Samarpiyami, 4 sides. Pour the water on the pinda, cap it. Arti. Om Shri Yam Dwari Mahagore Deepam Samarpiyami, Yam Dwari Mahagore Deepam Pratighartam, Deepadanam Samarpiyami Anteshti, Sanskar Puja, Shav Pujanam, Singnam Kulhi Kashav Gotarha, Raymond Pretasya Jivatma Shanti Kalyanam. Vishnave Namaha. Good. Touch the coffin. Om Atibram Pitashri 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 Bahanoi Bahanoi husband, father for these. Well, you say father as well. And brother-in-law. Jivatma, everybody. Jivatma, Shanti Kalyanam. Om Pritasya Stripyantam. Stripyantam. Good. Acknowledge. Good. And upload Asan लीजिए. My beloved friends, can I now ask immediate members of the family, nieces, nephews, and so forth, the other brothers or sisters-in-law, and like that first, to come and pay their respects. However you choose to do it, we have lots of flowers. We have arti. If you so desire to do arti, you can do all of that as you wish. And we'll do it this way. Come here, I'll help you, and then you can walk around and go back to your seat. Oh. Okay, leave this one. A minute, right there. Yeah. Make two now, so you will do it. Right in here. So one will do this side, one will do that side, one will do this side. This. There's a little bit of flowers first. You can have a flower. You can have a flower. Yeah. Well, let him sit for a bit now. Let him sit for a bit. Well, he can come afterwards if he. Yeah. When it's easier. Mm-hmm. My beloved friends, as this is taking place, we'll have another bhajan. Meli chadar odha ke kaisi. Right? I'm sure you would know that or probably heard it before. Let's sing. Doesn't matter. No, you have to go around it. Meli chadar odha ke kaisi द्वार तुम्हारी आओ द्वार तुम्हारी आओ हे पावन परमेश्वर मेरे मन ही मन शर्माऊं मैली चादर ओढ़ के कैसे द्वार तुम्हारी आओ द्वार तुम्हारी आओ हे पावन परमेश्वर मेरे मन ही मन शर्मा मैले चादर ओढ़ के कैसे तूने मुझको जग में भेजा देखकर निर्मल काया आकर के संसार में मैंने इसको दाग लगाया, जन्म जन्म की मैली चादर कैसे दाग चढ़ाऊं, ओढ़ के कैसे द्वार तुम्हारी आऊं, द्वार तुम्हारी आऊं, हे पावन मन ही मन शर्माऊं, मैली चादर. My friends, if you come up, when you come up and you offer flower, you don't necessarily have to do arti if it is not your practice to do arti, right? You can just put the flower and make your best wishes, and that's it. मैली चादर ओढ़ के कैसे द्वार तुम्हारी आऊं, द्वार तुम्हारी आऊं, हे पावन परमेश्वर मेरी, मन ही मन शर्माऊं, मैली चादर ओढ़ के कैसे द्वार तुम्हारी आऊं, द्वार तुम्हारी, हे पावन परमेश्वर. Pass it on, baby, and you can take a seat. Just ओढ़ के कैसे द्वार तुम्हारी आऊं, द्वार तुम्हारी, हे पावन परमेश्वर मेरी, मन ही मन शर्मा. You want to come up this way? ओढ़ के कैसे द्वार तुम्हारी Lily, you want to come this way? You want to come this way, love? ओढ़ के कैसे द्वार तुम्हारी आऊं, हे पावन परमेश्वर मेरी, मन ही मन शर्मा, मैली चादर. इन पैरों से चलकर तेरे मंदिर कभी ना आया, जहां जहां हो पूजा तेरी कभी ना शीश झुकाया. My beloved friends, मैली चादर ओढ़ के कैसे द्वार तुम्हारी आऊं. You want to come this way? हे पावन परमेश्वर मेरी, मन ही मन शर्मा. Only if you wish to do arti. मैली चादर ओढ़ के कैसे द्वार तुम्हारी. Place of flowers. हे पावन परमेश्वर मेरी, मन ही मन शर्मा. मैली चादर ओढ़ के कैसे. आज अंधेरे में है हम इंसान, कम ज्ञान का सूरज चमका. You can come this way as well. भगवान, you want to do arti? आज अंधेरे में है हम इंसान, ज्ञान का सूरज भटक रहे हम राह धिकारे, भगवन राह धिकारे. भटक रहे हम राह धिकारे, भगवन राह दिखा दे, कदम कदम पर किरण धिकारे, भगवन किरण धिकारे, कदम कदम पर किरण धिकारे, भगवन किरण धिकारे। इन यकियों को प्रभु करा दे, इन यकियों को प्रभु करा दे, ज्योति से पहचान, ज्योति से पहचान। आज अंधेरे में है हम इंसान। Do anything I want. Yeah, you could do what you want. आज अंधेरे, put flowers and things. Hello, क्या माँ? ज्ञान का सूरज भगवान आ आ हम तो है प्रभु संतान तिहारे, हम तो है संतान तिहारे, प्रभु संतान तिहारे। तेरी दया पर प्रभु है हम अधिकारी, तेरी दया प्रभु है हम अधिकारी। दुनिया होवे सुखी हमारी, सुखी हमारी, ऐसा दे वरदान, ऐसा दे वरदान। आज अंधेरे में है। Beloved folks, if anyone wishes to come now and do arti of our floor, pay tribute, do so now. I wouldn't want interruption whilst we have the other aspects of the ceremony. At the end of the service, you will have another opportunity where you can come, but don't come in between. So come now if you wish. आज अंधेरे में है हम इंसान, ज्ञान का सूरज। ज्ञान का सूरज चमका दे भगवान, ज्ञान का सूरज चमका दे भगवान। माँ तेरी ममता कितनी प्यारी, कितना प्यार जताती है, कितना प्यार जताती है। माँ तेरी ममता कितनी प्यारी जताती है, कितना प्यार जताती है। श्वास श्वास की रक्षा करती, श्वास श्वास की रक्षा करती, पग पग प्राण बचाती है, कितना प्यार जताती है। माँ तेरी ममता प्यार जताती है, कितना प्यार जताती है। तू ऋषियों की रिद्धि सिद्धि, तू ब्रह्मा की भक्ति माँ, तू विष्णु की माया देवी, तू शंकर की, तू हाथों से, हाथ मीन्स हैंड, भाग जगाती, भाग जगाती, भागी भागी, कितना प्यार जताती है। To our beloved God, माँ तेरी ममता कितना प्यारी. How much you love me, God. But mother, how much you love me as well, mother. कितना प्यार जताती, not जगाती, जताती. Jatati means to convey. How much love you have bestowed and conveyed unto me. How much you have loved me. I could never love you back. I could never love you back, Mother. I could never love you back like that, God. I can love you. I can love you a lot. But I can never love you back the way you love me. Just like a mother. You can say, Mom, I love you. Dad, I love you. But you can never love Dad or Mom back the way they love you. So kitna प्यारे जताती है. तू हाथों से, heart means hand. तू हाथों से. In your hand, bhaga jagati. Jagati, jag means the world. Bhaga means fortune. The fortune lies in your hand. Bhagi, bhagi. And as you progress in life, doing good karma, more and more good fortune, aati hai, will come to you. Good follows good. Good follows good. Prem se bolo Sri Mahakrishan Chand Bhagavan ki jai. Okay, folks, so those who wish to offer a flower or pay tribute, you can just hold your hands a little bit, and I'll make another opportunity available to you towards the end of the ceremony. Let me just join with you now in a few words of scripture. Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita. Sometimes, my beloved friends, we say things and we don't realize what we say and how we say what we say. Okay, let's settle and take a seat, please. The word is not Bhagavad Gita. Not Bhagavad. The word is Bhagavad. Bhagavad Gita. And there's a big difference between saying Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavad Gita. My beloved friends, when you say Bhagavad Gita, it means spoken by. Spoken by. And Bhagavad Gita is spoken by Sri Krishna. Until that the protagonist is Arjuna. Bhagavad Gita is born out of the Mahabharata. The Great War. And in the 42nd Parava, we have is extracted and called Bhagavad Gita, spoken by Sri Krishna, spoken by God, direct gospel of God. When you say Bhagavad, there's a book called the Bhagavad Puran, one of the 18 Puranas. It means spoken of. It speaks of Krishna. Of Krishna. So that's why you should say Bhagavad Gita. 700 verses, divided into 18 chapters. And so there are 18 names of Gita. Gita, Ganga, Gayatri, Sita, Satya, Saraswati, Brahma Vidya, Brahma Vehini, Trisandhya, Mukta Gehini, Ardhamata, Chiranandi, Bhagani Bhaya, Nashini, Chirapara, Ananta, Tattva Jnana Manjari. 18 names of Gita. Bhagavad Gita is divided into 3 sections. There are 18 chapters, so 6 chapters, 6 chapters, and 6 chapters. The first 6 chapters speaks of Karma Yoga. Karma. Action. Action. A child, a toddler, doing things, playing. I have a granddaughter who is just over 3 years, and I'm her playmate at home. And we play tea party, we play restaurant, we play building a house. And for her, it's real. For me, it's a game. But that child is doing without realizing it's a game. It's real. And for me, I don't think it's a game. I know in the back of my mind it's a game, but I also think it's real. Why do I think it's real? I think it's real because I wouldn't be a good playmate. I have to fit into her. I have to fit into her realm and her reality, into her world. And my friends, we grow, we meet someone in life maybe, and we fall in love. Do we know what love is? Every one of us sitting or standing here today would say, I love you, I love you, I love you. Do you know what love is? Because many instances I've seen love turn to hate. So, simple scenario. Your mom, dad, Jesus Christ, Allah, Sri Krishna, and your child is standing in a line. An event is going to take place, and you can only save one. Don't answer it. I know what you're thinking. I'll save my child. I thought you loved mom. I thought you loved dad so much. The closest thing to love, true and absolute unconditional love, is really a child. You know? So my friends, what is love? We do things in karma yoga because we don't know what love is, and then we develop a relationship. And for those who are dads and moms, a child is born into your family. In the first few hours, a few days, do you know anything about taking care of a child? Oh no. And this child will not be able to speak or to, express something maybe until about a year or 2 years. But in 7 days or 9 days or 3 days, you know baby is hungry. Or baby is uncomfortable. And you're acting a role as a new mom and dad without knowing. That's called karma yoga. When I was in Jamaica, 1993 to 95, I was doing my master's degree there. So it's not part of my program, but we had to just observe something. So we went with an anthropologist to the hillsides, and they still have those who live on the hillsides. When slavery was abolished, they ran to the hillsides and they bought caves, and they lived there, away from, being recolonized and so on, things like that. And when someone fainted, so we were just observers. I was really doing public health and epidemiology, but we had to observe. So they would run into the cave and start to pray. They'd run to the cave and start to pray. And when they're praying, if this person had a faint spell, for example, they run into the cave where the person fainted and pray. If the person fell, unconscious maybe outside, they put him into the cave and gather and start to pray. And of course, usually from a faint spell, you'll recover between 2 and 8 minutes and so. So their reality was the prayer revived the person. Maybe it did. So the anthropologist is saying, when someone faints, they need some space and air. So you need to fan them a little bit and don't gather like that. Don't cramp this spot, this space. He says on every visit, now when he visits, it's not just a day. We just went for a day. But when he visits, he would live with them, sometimes up to a month. He says, if he said it 10 times, on the 11th time, when the person faint, they'd run and pray. Why? That's their reality. There's another thing, my friends. We do things in life because we have to do things in life. We must do something. So when the thunder struck and lightning struck 50 years ago, 100 years ago, Aji and Nani, they would say, God knocking our bell and flashing our torchlight. They didn't know the positive side of the cloud and negative side of the cloud. And when the two similar poles meet, they will have a noise, and the light travels faster than sound, so you get to see the lightning first. And they don't know that. But they had an opinion. And that opinion sometimes becomes real. That's Karma Yoga. God is speaking of what we do. There's a line in the mantra that says, Aham jani garbhadhama tom jasi garbhadham. From the garbha, from the very womb from which we came. Garbha means womb. When we were conceived. God gave us a minimum data set. For the young folks, you know about minimum data set. No? You go and buy a computer in the store, and you come home and you plug it on and thing, and you press a button, and it boots up. Because the computer had a minimum data set. You didn't put your files and all your programs and things afterwards, but that's a minimum data set. We are all programmed at a minimum data set. We are all programmed at a minimum data set. And so, my beloved friends, we must act on, in part, minimum data set. But it says minimum. We must also build on it. Build on it. So you can take the computer, boot it up, and then you can build the files and programs and put this and that and the other. So too in life, we are born with a minimum data set, but how do we build that? We start with Karma Yoga. Doing things. Then you do the right thing. You know, sometimes I make a little joke out of it. I don't know if Pandit Rajesh will bear with this. When I got married, within the first week, my wife tried to impress me with making pulori. She says, when you make pulori, you have to let it set for a little bit. So we go and buy bread. So, on the way to the bakery, just about a mile away at that time, we pass our parents' home. So she says, I'll buy bread for Dad and Day one time. So we came back, dropped the bread off, and whilst we were there, her mom coincidentally was making pulori. The mother and my mother-in-law and father-in-law are two people alone. So she says, look, I have this little bit remained. Carrot and fry it out and thing. So we came home, and she started to fry her mums. And while she saw, I was having a few. Then she started with her bowl. So I heard, bloop. It sank to the bottom of the pot, never floated, never fried, nothing happened. But she did something. She did something. That's Karma Yoga. My beloved friends, let me put one more scenario to you. This morning, maybe, you're at the mirror and you're brushing your hair. Well, not you, right? You're brushing your hair. And whilst you're brushing your hair, it says, I'm going to the funeral. And when I'm coming back, I have to pay a tea and tech bill. And I have to buy bread. Oh, I have to buy cheese as well. And I have to reach back in time and put up a pot and boil a pot. And then go for the children or grandchild at 2:30 at school. Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? And people say, self, myself. I was talking to myself. What is myself? This is flesh and bone. Can't talk to flesh and bone, right? So who are you talking to? You're talking to three things that comes together. One, life's experience. You're speaking to your life's experience. You knew about bill. You knew if you don't pay the bill that you'd cut you off. I got cut off Monday, my electricity. I am so busy. I've been so busy for this year. I forgot to pay the bill. Well, I had a lot to hear from godmother. Anyways. So you know about bill, you know about bread, you know about cheese, you know about this and grandchild and all these things. Knowledge. Knowledge. There are also things that feeds into that life's experience called knowledge. 2:30 for the child because that's when the bell rings and says dismissed. And you need to go before 4 p.m. because the telephone company or the electricity company closes its door. Then you know how to drive, and you know how to purchase, you know how to use money, life's experience, and knowledge. And the third thing is the soul. The soul is energy. Something that energizes you. Something that energizes you. The three things together, life's experience, and your knowledge, and God's grace. Soul, energy, whatever you want to call it. That, my friends, comes together in something called consciousness. So that's where you're conscious of all these things. You're speaking to your God, your energy, to your life's experience, and to your knowledge. Which two can you change? Which two can you change? You can change your life's experience. You can have a different experience tomorrow. This is the right way to make Polari, this is the wrong way. This is the good thing to understand. This is not so good. This is good company. This is not so good company. This is my friend, and this is my not friend. Because there are those who have all kinds of things. Knowledge. And then you build your knowledge. You can adjust your knowledge. I can read every single night. I was telling to my family and those who know me, I go to sleep between 1 and 2 every morning. I'm up at 5:45. But that's going to, I don't know what that will do to me. But I read, and I love to read. I love to explore new thinking, new knowledge, and wisdom. Every day I read something. So I try to gather a few thoughts that I can share with you, share with my family, those who I influence. Read. You know, and not only about this, you want to make a dish, read how to make the dish. You're going to take you're taking a medication, doctor prescribed the medication, you can go and read a little piece of paper in there, or you can Google it and say, what are the indications, or what are the contraindications of this medication? Oh, doctor, I'll take any tablet and make my cough bad, doctor. Oh, don't worry. Parson, I'll prescribe a new one that doesn't make you cough. But you can get other kinds of wisdom as well. A little problem come in your life. You're going by your friend, and she say, if I tell you something, you have a mother corn hawks, and you have this, and you have a pundit. Nobody know about it too much. Is it a pundit? I tell you. He doing thing. He had gone there, and he bathed me with a grape sweet drink, and make me do puja for a goat. Yeah. And how dumb can you be? That sounds logical. And there are those who still believe in that kind of thing. Auntie Jasodra make dinner for her family, sat at the table, ate, everything nice, she washed the wares, prepared the kitchen, and then her husband went to sleep, and she put the children and tucked them off to sleep, and then she went by the mortel tree and take out her skin and turned her ball of fire, and one foot turned backward so, and she fly away, and then she come back and put on back her skin, and There are those who still believe in Obia and Sukunya. We get away from reality. And instead of looking at solutions, we look at more problems. That's called Karma Yoga. We're still on the first 6th chapter. How you do, how you educate yourself, how you read, how you research, how you explore, how you have contingencies, how you have alternatives, how you seek someone's opinion. And sometimes good people will facilitate that kind of thing. They'll create an atmosphere that's conducive to uplifting and progressing yourself. We go to the services and we go, Prem Sabalo Si Krishan Chan Bhagavan Ki. Yeah, I guess 12 Jai here. Sometimes you get one. How many get the one Baba? Jai. You know, sometimes you're going to say a bhajan, you know. Sansar to maya hai, kabhi dhoop, kabhi chhaya hai, ek din us jana hai, jo bhi yaha aaya hai. And sometimes I have to beg people sing, oh God, you know, sing. Baba, if Raymond Ramnaran do it like so. When Baba do that, we are so reluctant. But that reluctancy is partly based on not knowing. So I urge you, my friends, to do what you do to the best of your ability with the resources that are available to you. Research and read. Explore new dimensions and thinking. Make calculated risks. And progress your life in reality, with meaning, that you'll find fulfillment at the end of time. At the end of time. Good. Second 6th chapter in Bhagavad Gita is called Bhakti Yoga, chapter 7 to 12. Bhakti means devotion. Let's call it devotion. You're devoted to what you're doing. So mommy, having this little baby, now not only becomes better at being a mom or dad or whatever you do, but you become devoted now to what you're doing. And whatever tasks that you find yourself, whatever job that you do, whatever role that you play in life, be devoted to it. To the students, be the best student. How often I have to sit with a child and you're not reading, you're not doing your homework, you're going to school to mark F4 on the wall and break the toilet. Sit there and mom are going to school, mwah. And you're going to school to play the fool. Your father and mother getting up 4 o'clock in the morning to go make a day walk. Mommy belly hot and she got to say a roti for you to go to school to play the fool. Study a book, my children. And whilst we all, you know, I was a teenager and a young person one time, and a good-looking one. Just kidding. I had my little style and thing too, initially to impress the little girl. But I knew the value of education. There are those who know about the style now. Somebody floated a video of me giving a talk on children growing up. It was floated a few months ago. And many people call me, Baba, I like your message. Just like dealing with young people. What was the core of that message? How we bring up our children. I go to between 35 and 40 homes a month, Pandit. And I see all kinds of things. And I like to observe. I go a little bit more than observe. I mako. So I'd come to your home and I'd walk around when I go to put the jandi and I see 16 case of beer bottle, pen pan and galvanized and jet all over. They call that puhar. So be devoted to taking care of your home. Charity begins at home. That's your ashrama. That's your castle. Then you see people looking like the home. What we call that one? Labhesar. Looking labhesar. Take care of yourselves. Be devoted to your health, to your welfare, to protecting yourself. Be devoted to your children's upliftment and growth. I go to some homes and I see little ones polishing their toenails. I'm talking about 9 and 10-year-old and 12-year-old fixing the eyebrow and little boys, 6 and 8 years, and the father going, hey man, how you go? Man. So the child thinking he is. How we dress our children to go to a church, masjid, mandir, a service, a puja. I went to the Ashrad in village by me. And the granddaughter, come, Shrad done. We don't eat. And I sat down with the grandson who mainly did the thing. And I'm explaining what would be the need. And granddaughter walking with 3 daughters, tights and tube tops. Then Nana. What kind of example is that? The child cannot differentiate between Gulf City, the mall, beach, and Prez. Many homes don't even say Salam Alaikum. Get up in the morning, hey, are you there? Where you cook? That's how we begin our day. How many homes say Sitaram? How many husbands and wives say Sitaram to each other? Good morning. How many people in the last standing or sitting here in the last month went to the mandir, to church, or to masjid? Well, now it's Ramadan and Lenten, so see, outside of that. Outside of that. So we growing up our children without God. And God is not Jesus and God is not Allah. God is love. God is truth. God is hard work. God is dedication. God is commitment. God is learning from a mistake. You cannot give your children God. You can give them a sense of God. And that's love and truth and hard work and all these things I just mentioned. That's bhakti yoga. You have to become devoted. Now we're speaking about teenagers and school violence and all these kinds of things. We have to put police in school. We have to do this, that, and the other. We have to go into another state of emergency because we cannot behave. We are not dedicated to anything. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18, verse 5. Yajadana tapaha karma. Yajya. You must sacrifice. There are sometimes when you have to adopt new practice and things like that, and whatever you need to do. Yajadan. Dan means you must give unconditionally. Give yourself, give your love, give your support unconditionally. Tapaha. And you must understand. That's an important word. It means austerities. That life has good and bad. Life is not hunky-dory and smooth sailing and everything is going to be fantastic and whatever. You know, sometimes when I just do a wedding and I meet people a month or 2 or 5 months after and think, and how are you going? Oh, Baba, it's so nice. We honeymooned in St. Lucia and we came back 1 year after. Baba, you had time to talk to this nastiness? You see, same love. But we get a little bit confluffled with things happening, right? So my friends, be devoted. And the last one, I will just spend a minute on it. Gyan Yoga. The last 6 chapters, Gyan Yoga. Continuously learn. Continuously learn. To my children here, learn things. Whatever it is. Read, understand. Sometimes I meet people in their 50s. I'm 58. I'll retire next year, September, October. And, you know, I'm a pundit, so I can have something to do. But I have other things that I do. Currently, in the last 15 years, I mind cows. I climbed a piece of land up there yesterday. I was cutting a little bit. And I'm going to plant a few things, Pandit. Sometimes the people say, what are you doing? Well, are they? 1 foot in the grave. You're living. You're living. Go and learn something now. Learn to make Chinese food. Learn to bake cake. Go and learn how to play sitara tabla. मर कर भी अमर नाम है उस जीव का जग में प्रभु प्रेम में बलिदान जो जीवन किया करे मर कर भी अमर नाम है मर means dead अमर means immortal. There are those who live their life and aim for immortality in thy kingdom. And there are those who live their life, and while they're living, they don't like the dead. Murder means dead. I know murder means immortal, right? Good. Learn, read, research. Learn to do something. Fix a pipe in the house, paint, whatever. And do something. It makes your life interesting. It's a nice little distraction for the day. And at the end of time, you'll be greater. God bless your hearts. My friends, I still have another 5 minutes of sermon, but I'll talk about after Pandit Rajesh addresses us. So my beloved brother, I want to bow to you for being here and supporting the family. This is a very, very difficult day for them, and your presence alone really means something. Thank you.
Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki Jai, Krishna Kanhaiya Lal ki Jai. Thank you very much, officiating Pandit, members of the Biri family, friends and relatives. We are all gathered here to pay our final respect to a dear friend, Raymond. And for all of us, death is nothing new to us. Panditji would have elaborated on so much of different aspects as a Pandit, how much we experience during our lifetime, how much we meet with different people. Myself and Raymond, we go back, way back when, around 1991, I would have started Carney Limited as a teenager. Those days he carried the name as Sheep, a nickname. I see our former manager of the factory, BC Factory, is here, Mr. Lloyd Walters. I see Wilson is here. And many of his other friends will be at the creek, those who are not here this morning. And we would have worked until the time of VSEP at Carney. A few years after, I would have worked together with Ronnie at Bechtel. And I would have been introduced to the rest of the family, Tamara, Ravina, Ranveer, to his wife Sita, and everyone else. We share a wonderful relationship. Charlene would have come afterwards. Naeem as well. Noah. And this is their circle, a family circle. For those who know Raymond, Raymond had a loud voice. Even on the phone, he's talking to you, and you feel you could put your head outside the car and you go hear him. And why is that so? Working in the environment of a factory, the factory itself is loud. So when you're talking to your colleagues, you develop that sense of loudness. And even when you come home, you feel like you're still in the factory. So you're talking loud. Very strapped individual. Last year, my cousin, 51, when Ronnie told me what was happening to his dad, last year, April, my cousin went through the same thing. And imagine during 5 months period, he lost his father the end of June. So he got diagnosed in April, lost his father at the end of June, sitting right here and looking at his father and not knowing his father died. A month after, he's asking his mother, Daddy can't come and help you? And the mother watched him and realized what was happening to him. He was totally lost. He died in September of last year. The dualities of the world that we live in good and bad, right and wrong, light and darkness. None of us are exempted from it. From the king to the pauper, we go through this. Every one of us. And as Panditji rightly said, our karma. Chapter 15, verse 10. A word, vimud, tells us about the ones who are ignorant. Raymond is lying here. All of his senses are intact. All of his organs are intact. However, the body is not moving. And only the one who will realize, having the jnana chakshur, that when the soul leaves the body, death occurs. Death will come. The soul is the driver in our body. And at any moment in life, death can come knocking on your door. Last week I cremated a godson, 40 years old. Cancer. The parents only knew he had cancer after he died. The results came back. It had spread so bad on him that no pain, nothing, and he had to go. That was his moment. For all of us, this day is going to come in our life. And this is the one thing that is sure to happen. And this is the one thing that we are never prepared for. We are prepared for everything else. I hope nobody here named Jasudra sitting on here. But this is a journey. And we are all on a journey together. And many of us have come out here this morning to lend our support to this beautiful family, the Singh family. Raymond used to always boast, Singh is king. Singh is king, and that was his line. A wonderful soul, a very humble person. Someone we will all miss dearly. For the way he carried about himself, he brought joy and happiness. In the loudness that he spoke with, never meant to hurt anybody, but that's just the way how he was. Truly a great soul. Blessings to each and every one of you. We join our hands together as I chant a short prayer. May the family get that strength and courage to continue their journey of life as individuals. That may Bhagwan bless them. Having lost a loved one, having lost a near and dear one in the form of a husband, a father, a grandfather, a friend, and the many roles that he would have played. May the divine Lord and Master shine his light upon you forevermore. Hari Om Shantakaram Bhujagashayanam Padmanabhyam Suresham Vishwadharam Gagana Sadrisham Megavaranam Subhangam Lakshmi Kantam Kamala Nayanam Yogi Bhardhyana Gamyam Vande Vishnu Bhavabayaharan Sarvaloketanatam Shri Ram Jai Ram Jaya Jaya Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jaya Jaya Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jaya Jaya Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Ram Naam Sachhe Hai.
हम प्रणाम करता हूँ. Thank you, Panditji. My beloved Leela would say a few words. And after Leela, we'd have two of Raymond's colleagues from Caroni. I think you know who you are. So you can just avail yourself in a couple minutes.
Good morning. Sorry. I thought I was... Good morning, everyone. Today is a very difficult day for me. I never imagined I would have to stand here and say goodbye to my best friend of more than 35 years, Raymond Singh. Raymond and I met at YTEP, and from there our relationship grew into something much deeper. Over the years, he became like family to me and my husband and my daughter. Raymond was the kind of person who truly cared. He would call me almost every day just to check and ask how we were doing. Anytime he was in the area, he would call and ask, "You home? You went to work? What you cooking?" And within minutes, he would show, he would, sorry.
I'll just take over. And within minutes, he would show up ready to eat. Those simple moments are memories I will always cherish. I also remember during work meetings, he would lean over and say, "Hey, Liz, I have something to tell you." And sometimes in the middle of the meeting, he would quietly ask me, "What this meeting is about again?" That was Raymond, always bringing a little humor and lightness to the day. To his wife Sita and his children, I don't have the words to comfort you, but please know that our families will always remain close. Raymond, thank you for your friendship, your kindness, and 35 years of memories. You will always have a special place in our hearts. Rest peacefully, my best friend.
Thank you, sisters. The colleagues from Caroni, forgive me, I don't know what name to call. Suku, Russell Suku?
Sitaram, Assalamu alaikum, good morning, the pundits, the bereaved family, and all the guests. Raymond and I went back more than 60 years. We went grad school together, and when we wrote common entrance in those days in 71, he went on to ModSec, I went on to Ashagois College. In 76, there were Caroni apprenticeship scheme that were going dormant, but at that point in time, they decided that they're going to take another batch. There were more than 4,000 applications, and we had to do an aptitude test, and 76 of us went on to trade school. Raymond was always this jolly, and like everybody would say, the loud speaking person. And I remember when we go into San Fernando Tech on evening, because he was bigger and strapped in, he used to be our bodyguard to walk up to Prince of Wales Street. Sometimes I think Raymond never get taxi to go to Woodland, so he would drop in La Romaine and walk through La Fortune. So we go back, way back when we were placed in our different discipline, I was in auto and diesel, and Raymond in industrial electrical. He went to BC Factory, and I went to TNFE BC. We all were successful in our exams, and we continue being friends. However, there was a period when, we lose contact of each other, but we still maintain that. In those days, we didn't have cell phone where you could have WhatsApp and things like that. And Raymond went on to YTEP. I went on to NESE as a campus manager, and both of us in training, and we keep on liaising with each other. In 2024, we started a reunion of grad school past students, and we also had a Caroni ex-apprentice. Not probably all, but maybe about 20 of us that we would have a Christmas lime every year. So 2024 was the last. Sometime in April, Raymond invited me to go to Woodland for a car show. And shortly after, he said, "Russell, I need to get a Mini. According to Pundit, sometime in July, he called me. He said, "Boy, I get sick, and they're doing some tests and things, but I will come through." I keep on messaging Raymond every single day. I think the last day I messaged him was Monday, and I think Sita probably would have seen that. Raymond and I was really, really close. Maybe we never used to be together that much, but we keep in touch. So I cannot tell Sita how she would feel, because this is something only you will feel that, and the children. So with that being said, I want to say that, I hope that Raymond go and his soul rest in peace. Sitaram, Assalamu alaikum. Good morning. Thanks.
Thank you, Russell. Would anyone else wish to say something in a minute? 1 minute, So after my beloved brother, if anyone, we could probably have one person after for 1 minute. Think about it. Thank you, my beloved brother. You are? Wayne Griffith. Thank you.
Good day. I wanted to say something very, very quickly about Raymond's contribution to YTEP. I know Lila came up earlier and said a few words, but I worked with Raymond in YTEP for over 20 years. And I want everybody here to know about the tremendous contribution that Raymond made to the lives of the young people in Trinidad and Tobago. A tremendous, tremendous, outpouring of giving of himself to help young people start businesses, right? He was involved in entrepreneurial education to the point that a number of persons that he trained and helped have grown to national prominence in some of their businesses. Raymond's contribution is unmatched as far as I am concerned, as far as leaders are concerned. Our director, former director, Mr. Cave, is over there. And we know as an organization the contribution that Raymond made to helping young people reach their full potential on a national scale. And I want us always to remember that when we remember Raymond. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Wayne. Anybody else wish to say something? Yeah, good. Thank you. Thank you. Let me now ask Ravina, if you might be wondering, because I know you have other things planned for the day. We have a 11:30 time at the crematorium site. We will leave here at 11 o'clock. So that would give us another 17 minutes here for the funeral service. Let me ask the daughter, Ravina, who would deliver our eulogy, and then we'll bring in closure.
Sitaram, Pandit Karmesh, Pandit Rajesh, family and friends. Thank you all for being here today to celebrate the life of my father. Standing here is one of the hardest things I've ever had to do, but it is also one of the greatest honors of my life. It is also a humbling reminder that death is a part of the human journey and that one day each of us will answer the call to return to God. My siblings and I grew up with different versions of him. We experienced him in different seasons of his life, different pressures, different responsibilities, different stages of growth. But one thing remained constant across every version of him. He loved all of his children equally, in his own way, his own style. He carried each of us in his heart. He showed his love through his actions. I believe he understood love as a responsibility, provision, and protection.
He always made sure we had everything we needed, and even many of the things we simply wanted. He never had to question whether he would show up for us. He did, every single time. He was a friend to many around the globe, no matter where he went. He built connections that lasted years. He was our brother who always showed up and did whatever was asked of him, without hesitation. He was a devoted husband, supportive uncle, a loving grandfather, and someone in his family who could really rely on without question. If you needed him, he was there. He was also a true Lima. Our home was never just ours. It was open to everyone. He welcomed people and treated them like family. He was outgoing, constantly meeting people everywhere he went, striking up conversations as if he had known them for years. His presence filled a room, and his laughter and energy were unmistakable. There are so many memories, lessons, conversations, even disagreements that we now hold so closely. Grief reminds us how deeply we have loved, and the depth of his grief shows just how much he meant to all of us. Dad, thank you. Thank you for your sacrifices. Thank you for always providing. Thank you for loving us in a way you knew how. Thank you for being a husband, a father, a friend, a brother, and so much more to so many people. Rest peacefully. You will always be loved, always be missed, and never be forgotten. Since our sister Tamara could not be here today, she asked me to share a few words on her behalf.
Dad, I pray that you have a blissful journey to your Creator and your soul will attain eternal moksha. You were taken from this physical life and from us way too soon. Your heart was generous, your soul was vivacious, and your pride were your kids. You were the life of the party, and no party will ever be the same without you. I am saddened and heartbroken that your grandbabies will not know your love, your strength, and your charismatic personality, but they will carry on your legacy. You will be missed every single day. We will hold your memories dear to our heart, and you will be forever loved, our dear Papa Ray.
Thank you.
Thank you, children. God's blessings to you. So my friends, I would now wish to wrap up. And as I always do, I speak a little bit of health. My expertise is in public health and epidemiology, and that's what I do. So I feel it is be remiss of me if I didn't spend 3-4 minutes with you speaking on health. This is not something new, something which I've spoken many times about in different forums and places, but just to bear with me. And if perhaps, as a pundit, you didn't take away a message that I gave, or that Pandit Rajesh also gave, I want you to take some part of this message home with you. This message. Number one cause of death. So part of my portfolio is to look at statistics for the country and what those statistics mean. The study of epidemiology is looking at trends and patterns of disease based on evidence and empirical data and so on. Number one cause of death in this country is cardiovascular events. Cardiovascular events. Every 3 people who die, 2 will die from a cardiovascular event, 67-ish%. Cardiovascular event. Number 2 cause of death in Trinidad is cancer. Number 2 cause of death in Trinidad, Panditji spoke, others know. Our beloved brother succumbed. Currently, I'm from a family of 13 children. 1 brother died of cancer in 1998, and I have 2 siblings who are currently alive who also have cancer. It's a growing phenomenon. It breaks your heart when it comes home. Sadly, the indications are very little, and the majority of cases of cancer happen when it shows up. When it shows up. Because any day, today, tomorrow, next week, a day next year, none of us would get up in the morning and say, no, let me go and test for cancer. The first thing you have to know, which one? For the endless amounts that they are, which one? So for women, the 2 top ones, cervical and breast. For men, prostate and colorectal. Get those done, especially if you're over 50 years. Okay? Don't run. Number 2 cause of death is cancer. Number 3 cause of death is diabetes and its complication. Diabetes and its complication. In 2011, I did a landmark survey of this country. It's online, so you could go to Pan American Risk Factor Survey for Trinidad and Tobago. The report was published in March of 2012. Huge study, close to $2 million we spent to get some empirical data and baseline data for this country. And we look at risk factors. So if you look at the top 10 causes of death, I just iterated the first 3, cardiovascular and cancer and diabetes and its complication. What are the risks? What increases your risks for those? Well, let me tell you some of them. Because this is where, you remember I was saying that the only 2 things of the 3 in consciousness that you can change is life's experience and your wisdom. So change your life's experience, how you experience life. So change the way you eat. Too much fried foods, high saturated, high oil content foods. Too much sugar. Too much salt. Too much carbohydrates. Second thing, look at your physical exercises. Activity level, we call it. You need to increase your activity. So you can take your smartphone and you can install something. Mine is a Samsung, so I have Samsung Health. Yesterday, I did 13,000 steps. You should do 6,000 for the day. Takes 20 minutes. And steps don't mean this. Steps mean if I stand even still and I do this, it counts as energy expended. That's what they count. Okay? So I ask people sometimes, for those who can't walk or when I say can't walk, you're not strong enough or confident, you don't want to go out in the road or whatever, you're a little bit private or whatever, you can simply put on your favorite television show. You can put a little mat on the ground there, and you can take 2 bottled water, 2 tins of some kind of thing, and you can just march on this spot. In 20 minutes, you lose 6,000 steps. Because you work the biggest muscles of your body. And you don't even know because you're looking at friends. Next thing that you need to look at, smoking. I formed a unit at the Ministry of Health in 2014. It's a baby unit. I formed it, I started it, and I worked it for 5 years and 2 months, called the Tobacco Control Unit. It cost the Ministry of Health $500,000, $500,000 to treat one lung cancer patient for 1 year. So we started a unit to tell people, try and don't smoke. Please don't smoke. Papa, I was in Raymond funeral, I hear talk that, and I stopped smoking, I just vape. A dummy is the same thing. And don't let nobody on marketing tell you differently. Okay? Okay? The next one, excessive alcohol use. It damages your liver. Your liver is that's why they call it liver. I can't live without it. Like many other things, but it creates enzymes, a lot of enzymes that helps in different metabolic processes. And when you give the liver extra work to do, it cannot do what it's supposed to do. So you begin to fail. Your body begins to fail. Okay? Every place I go, Pandit Karmesh always says, cut here. Although they embarrass me. Cut here. Sugar. Cut here. Salt. Cut here. Carbohydrates. And cut here. Laziness. I have seen that, Panditji. For 35 years I've been in public health, and for 35 years I've been saying that. Cut your sugar, cut your salt, cut your carbs, and cut your laziness. Which one I always say is the most important one to cut? Which one, sister? You know? Sugar, salt, carbs, and laziness. The most important one to cut is your sugar. for the older folks here and think, all of I hear what two say? Pasture? Pasture is couch potato. Two say is the greedy eat. Cut your sugar. Cut your sugar. A chubby has 7 spoons of sugar. A 250 ml orchard juice has 7 spoons of sugar. A 20-ounce Coca-Cola has 13.5 spoons of sugar. A big Solo has 13.5 spoons of sugar. A full-laden Grande Starbucks or Ritual has 20 spoons of sugar. I say that in context of what? In any given day, for a person of my kind of age and height and activity and whatever, I need between 9 and 13. So when you drink 1 20-ounce Coke, you cross your quota for the day, and you add all the aloo pie and doubles and 4 sada roti and aloo. Cut your sugar. Last tip on that, or 2 tips. 1, all you have to think, when you're going to eat or drink something, did they add this brown sugar or white sugar in it? Water? No. Roti? No. Pumpkin? No. Pizza? Not really. Sweet drink? Endless. Endless. Coconut roll, jam tart, bakery thing, fudge, all the 9 color fudge, and sweet thing, and cake, and sweet cake, and sugar cake, and you know what cake, and all kind of thing. Don't talk about ice cream. Oh, God. Cut it. Lessen it. And last tip, you cut your salt by 40%. Do not grab salt and put in your pot. Pinch of salt. Cut your salt by 40%, you cut your risk of a heart attack by 25%. Okay? So the most important one to cut is sugar. And what's the second one you're going to ease up? Good. While you do it, I'm happy. God bless your hearts. Let's close. We stand. My beloved friends, I will now join with you in recitation of the Dhyan Shlokas of Bhagavad Gita, and let's guard our thoughts and sentiments and offer it to our beloved Raymond. Rest in peace, my brother. Go with God. May God be kindly and merciful unto your soul, and may eventually you find thy kingdom of heaven. Swargaloka, may you find that. May God bless you. We love you. We'll always love you. And to Sita and the entire family circle, and Raymond's family circle didn't extend only into Sita and the children and the other members of the family. He was very, very close to many others. You heard Mr. Suku, you heard Wayne Griffith, and white up people, all these kind of people. The fact that so many of you are here this morning is testimony that he was a great man. We send him off in his greatness today, and may God rest him eternally. We say together, Om Sri Krishnaya Govindaye Namo Namah. Om Partaya Pratiboditam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhe Mahabharata Advaitamritavarshiniam Bhagavatim Ashtadishadhyayinimam Bhattam Anusandadhami Bhagavat Gite Bhavadvishinim Namostute Vyasa Vishala Buddhe Pularavindra Yatapattara Netra Yena Tvaya Bharata Taila Puranaha Prajvalito Jnanamaya Pradipaha Prapan Padjataya Tottara Vetare Kapanaye Jnanamudraya Krishnaya Gitamritam Duhe Namaha Sarva Upanishado Gavo Dugdhagopalanandanaha Parto Vatsaha Sudhir Bhokta Dugdham Gitamritamat Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanudamardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Bhishma Dorona Tata Jaya Dharjala Gandharva Nilotpala Shalya Grahavati Kripena Bharni Karnina Vilakula Ashvathama Vikarna Ghodamakara Duryodhana Vartini Sotirana Khalupandara Nanadi Kaivartaka Keshavaha Parasarivachasaro Jamamalam Gitartha Gandhokatam Nana Kyanaka Kesaram Harikatha Sambodhana Boditam Loke Sajjana Shatpare Aharaha Pepiyam Anamuda Bhojat Bharata Pankajam Kalimala Pradhamshana Shriya गीयसे मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधव यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्र रुद्रमर्तहस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदाक्रमोपनिषदे गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्य अन्तं न विदुः सुरगणः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः ॐ त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरि ओम। प्रेम से बोलो महाविष्णु भगवान की, श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की, सच्चे सनातन धर्म की जय जय। जय सीताराम, जय सीताराम। आप लोग आसन लीजिए, प्लीज हैव योर सीट्स। माय फ्रेंड्स, those who did not yet have a chance to view and you wish to, you can do so now. You can come up, take a flower. We have lots of flowers and so, and we will put the flower and then we can go. And if you're leaving to go to a next destination, feel free to go right ahead and be safe. And those who will be joining us to the crematorium site, we'd follow our lead, the mic and the hearse, and we'd go down to the Mosquito Creek. I want to thank you on behalf of Sita and family for your loving support. You'll be informed of any night of satsang and so, and the other events that would ensue. Thank you. God bless your heart. Sitaram, I love you.
Excuse? Yeah. And put on the two that have one week now. Yeah.
you.